Hi guys, it's Jillian Marie. I am so sorry it took me so long to make this video. I've been incredibly busy lately. But here it is, my Q&A contest video. I have all of your names listed in a Word document, and that is going to be one of your chances of winning the Pop Vinyl Nation figure. The other chance is going to be my favorite question of my Q&A. So as I said, all of your names are listed in a Word document. You are all randomly numbered. I have my random number generator right on my computer right here. I will be finding out the winner of that randomness at the very end of this video, and I will also announce my favorite question winner at the end. So I will try and make this video as quick as possible. It might run a little long because I do have a lot of questions, and I want to answer all of them because I don't want anyone to feel a little left out. But I will not be answering repeat questions. So if I don't read your question verbatim, but it's because someone already asked a similar question and I don't want to be repeating myself about 500 times. So I will be answering all of the questions, but they may not be yours specifically just because someone else answered a similar question. So let's start, and hopefully I don't go on and talking a lot because I have the Italian gene where you talk a lot, and I could go on forever and ever, and I don't want to do that because that would make this video way too long. So here we go. So, of course, the first question. What was your first cosplay? My first cosplay, technically speaking, was Hermione Granger. I cosplayed her before I even knew what cosplaying was. I'm a huge Potterhead. I dressed up as Hermione for the midnight releases of the books as well as the movies. My hair is naturally curly. I consider it Hermione Granger a la first movie, back when it was super frizzy and not so cute, before they made her look super duper hot. So I have first movie hair naturally, so of course I dressed up as Hermione Granger. The wand, the tie, the robe, all that fun stuff, all of it at Whimsic Alley. If you guys haven't heard of Whimsic Alley, I highly suggest you check it out. It's a wonderful little shop. They have their stands up in Southern California conventions all the time. They have amazing stuff there. So be sure to check them out. So, answer that question, Hermione Granger was my first ever cosplay before I even really knew what cosplaying was. When did you first start cosplaying? Other than the Hermione stuff. Back when I actually knew what cosplaying was. My first ever cosplay. When did I first? That would be Kamikaze 2012, I believe the year was. Yes. So that'd be 2 years ago. Was it 2012 or 2012? Either 2012 or 2011, I think. So that was my first ever convention, and that was when I first debuted Femme Daryl Dixon. That was my cosplay baby. I cosplayed as him for a year and a half before I even ventured out into doing other cosplays. So that was my, let me make sure, was it Kamikaze 2012? I think it was. Let's see. Double check. It might have been 2012 or 2011. Let's see here. 2012, yes. So Kamikaze 2012 was my first ever convention, and that is where I debuted Femme Daryl Dixon, my first ever cosplay. How did you get into cosplay? What made you interested in cosplay? What got me interested is a very funny story. I was always kind of interested in going to convention because they always looked really interesting, and I was starting to really get into the world of comic books and superheroes and all that stuff. So I had been interested in going to a convention, but I didn't know how to go about it. And then one day I was driving home from work, and I heard a radio commercial for Stan Lee's Kamikaze in Los Angeles, and I heard that going home, and then the name sounded really familiar. And if you guys don't know, I am kind of a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and I had heard that Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl Dixon, was going to be at Kamikaze. And so I was like, hey, well, that's a pretty cool reason to go, and it will let me really get to see what these conventions are all about and if I'll like it and stuff. So I said, hey, why not? Why don't I do like that costuming thing that people do where they go and dress up? So I decided to, of course, do my Daryl Dixon that day. And that was the moment that changed my life entirely. That's how I began my hobby. That's how I began this whole chapter of my life. That's how I met some of the most amazing friends I could just go on about these kids forever and ever. So because of that one little radio commercial that really pushed me to explore more into this whole world. Because of that is why I got into this. And so those small little happenstance when I was going to work. If it wasn't for that commercial, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. So, all right. Are you inspired by another cosplayer? Yeah. The fact that I can consider some of these people my friends still, I can't even believe it. Like people like Angie Viper, Tay Saves the Day, Cosplay Tay, Ivy, Miss Pirate Savvy, Indo Fear, Leanna Vamp, Lynn Stanley, Angie Viper. I don't know if I said her already, but all these people, I don't even know. I'm just everything they do. I still consider myself relatively new. So when I see people like Lynn Stanley rocking her Maleficent outfit, Angie rocking her Harley, Leanna rocking her Boba Fett, Pirate Savvy with her Lady Death, Indofear with Deadpool, it's just all these people. Taylor with her Rogue, and Tay Saves the Day, who is one of the greatest horror cosplayers of all time. Just these people I can even consider my friends is fantastic, and they inspire me every single day, and I really just hope I can even have a pinky size worth of their talent. They're amazing, and they inspire me every single day. So those are those. There's a whole lot, you guys. Give me a second. Which cosplay are you most proud of doing, and which is your personal favorite? The one I am most proud of attempting right now is Sylvanas Windrunner. I'm still inching away with her. I've never worked with armor before, so she's a little difficult. But I've got some of her pieces completed already. I don't know when exactly she's going to be done. I don't want to rush her. But I'm very proud of myself for even attempting something of that caliber right now. And then my personal favorite, right now I can't pick one, because all of my cosplays have a special place in my heart. My Daryl, for obvious reasons, because that is my baby. That is what started my whole journey. Ivy, because I worked the hardest on her, besides my Sylvanas. Ivy, and then I also have my Arkhamites group, who are really fun to hang out with while I'm my Ivy. And then Misty, I feel like I portray her the best. And she's the most comfortable. So, but my personal favorite is probably going to change. Kamikaze. So here's an announcement officially. I will be debuting a secret cosplay come Kamikaze. So at the end of October, I will be debuting a secret cosplay that I will be getting for a 5-year anniversary gift from my boyfriend. He is getting a costume completed for me, and I don't want to say what it is. I want everybody to be surprised, but I think that is going to be my favorite cosplay once it is all completed, and it's going to look spectacular, and I'm super excited to show it to you guys once it gets here. So there's a little bit of news from this Q&A video. I will be debuting a secret cosplay come Kamikaze. I will have little sneak peeks of it, but I won't be announcing until I officially wear it. So hopefully it'll be completed by Kamikaze. Do you ever make trips to Portland and or Seattle? I have never been. I have always wanted to. If you can get me a plane ticket, I will come out to Seattle because I would love to visit. Are you frequently asked to model your work? If so, what are your rates? I have been asked. The only person I have ever done any specific modeling for would be my own personal photographers, as well as my makeup artist. I've never offered any sort of rates. I always do it for free just because I find it fun. It is my hobby. I don't get paid. So I don't have any specific rates. If you guys are interested, if any photographers out there are interested in that, my inbox is always open. So shoot me a message. All right. Do you have a dream cosplay? Oh, jeez. There's so many people I'd like to do. I'd really want to do Melina from Mortal Kombat. I would really like to do Winged Maleficent from the Angelina Jolie movie. I really want to do Samus as well as Zero Suit Samus. Those would be spectacular. That would be a lot of fun to do. Geez, there's a lot of dream cosplays I would like to do, but a lot I don't know I'd be able to do. So those are just a few lists. There's an album of my planned future cosplays I hope to do, which are also part of my dream list, but some of those might not come to fruition just because of time and money. So check that out. Let's see. What is your favorite convention to attend? That's a tough one because every convention is different. Every convention I've been to has something different that spices it up, something different that makes it not so spiced up. But if I had to pick my favorite, it would probably be WonderCon in Anaheim because it's one of the bigger ones down here besides San Diego Comic-Con. So I think WonderCon would probably be my most favorite. What does cosplay mean to you? A lot. To me, cosplay is a way for me to it's my escape, I guess you could say. It's my way to kind of let go of every negative thing in my life and put myself into a world where I can literally be anybody I want. If I want to be a villain, I can be a villain. If I want to be a hero, I could be a hero. I could literally do anything I want, anything. It's like a way, if I can put my mind to it, I can be it. And cosplay, it's my hobby. It's one of the biggest social aspects of my life, so that's where I hang out with a whole bunch of my friends. So to me, cosplay is my escape, really, and it's one of the best stress relievers. It's very it's weird. It's really stressful, but one of the best stress relievers in the world, cosplay. So cosplay means a lot to me. It's really helped me with anxiety and stress issues, and I think cosplay has been a way to help me do that. What cons are you going to next? I have 3 planned officially right now for the remainder of this year. I will be going to C4, Central Coast Comic Con, I believe it's in like 2 weeks. I'll be there for sure on the 13th of this month, possibly that Sunday as well. I will be going to Long Beach Comic Con at the end of September, and I will be at Kamikaze at the end of October. So those are the conventions that I will for sure be at for the end of this year. If there are more, I will be sure to post that and let you guys know. So this one, I will say who it's from. This one is from Tay Saves the Day. As I said, one of the best horror cosplayers in the entire world. Another announcement, because of him, I will be working on a Reagan cosplay from The Exorcist. So be sure to check that out. I will be working on her very soon. Hopefully I will have her done possibly by Halloween, so I might also be debuting her at Kamikaze along with my secret cosplay. So this is from Tay Saves the Day. What is your favorite memory from Not Scary Farm? If you guys do not know, I feel like I should answer this with my teeth in. If you guys don't know, Not Scary Farm is a Southern California staple. It is it's been open for more than 40 years now. It is a theme park. They open their room to the day and then they close at night, and then when they reopen at night, there are monsters that roam. There's haunted houses, there's mazes, and I've been a monster there for 3 years now, so let me pop these in. My favorite moment from Not Scary Farm was meeting Neil Patrick Harris, actually. I was working in the VIP maze my first year, and we knew we were going to get celebrities there, and I was supposed to be greeting Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy and Ted and all that cool stuff. So I knew for a fact I was going to be working with him. But then Neil Patrick Harris was a complete surprise. I didn't know I was going to be working with him, and he was one of the coolest people I've ever met in my entire life. So that was probably hands down my favorite Scary Farm memory, as well as I was also he works for conventions. His name is Sean Clark. He is the reason why the Boondock Saints go to conventions. He does a bunch of horror movie conventions. I met him at Not Scary Farm as well, and he remembered me from when I met Norman Reedus at Kamikaze, so that was pretty cool because he remembered who I was out of costume too. So that was pretty awesome as well. What has been the most extreme thing you've done for cosplay? The most extreme, I'm gonna tell you something. The most extreme thing I have done for cosplay is dyeing my hair bright red the first time I did Poison Ivy, and then dyeing it back a day later. So within the span of 24 hours, I dyed my hair about 2 or 3 times. So never do that. It is really bad for your hair. Just get wigs. from Epic Cosplay Wigs because they're amazing. So that's probably the most extreme thing I've ever done. Character you would love to gender bend that you haven't. Edward Scissorhands. I don't know why, but Edward Scissorhands. And Syndrome from The Incredibles as well. If you guys don't know, I'm obsessed with The Incredibles. Syndrome is my baby. I would love to do Syndrome as well, but Edward Scissorhands would be really epically cool. What is the biggest thing you wish to fulfill as a cosplayer? Making people happy. Honestly. I don't care if I become cosplay famous. I don't care if it's... I don't strive to be the next Jessica Negri. I just want to make people happy. I want people to appreciate the costumes that I create, and if that's rockin' to me. I want people to like me for me. So I want to make people happy. I want people to go, oh hey, that costume's cool, sweet, awesome. That's it. As long as I'm making people happy, that's all that really matters to me, as well as myself. But if I'm happy, other people are happy as well. So if people are happy, I'm happy. So happiness all around. If you were given the opportunity to stand in front of a crowd of people and explain why cosplay is more than just dressing up and taking pictures, what would you say? That's very deep. It isn't. And as I said before, as to what cosplay means to me, it's an escape for a lot of people. Because only recently has cosplay and this whole superhero community has it become popular. Like, back in the day, I can remember kids getting made fun of for wearing, like, Batman shirts to school. And these days, people are wearing Batman shirts and they can't even name, like, 3 Batman villains. It's just part of the culture now. This whole nerd culture is becoming popular. But cosplaying is a way for people who really enjoy it to come together and to express their love for the characters, and they don't get shamed for it because everyone that's there really loves the characters. It's like I said, it's an escape. It's a way to make friends based on what you appreciate, what you love, what you like to do. You get to work with them with costumes. You get to talk about the latest episode of Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and Doctor Who, and you can just nerd out with other people. And you can't sometimes, I mean, obviously you can do that in other places, but conventions and cosplaying, it's really the mecca of everything that you love. And if you haven't, and I tell my friends all the time, if you haven't gone to a convention, even if you don't like the things that are there, I highly suggest going, just because the people that go there and the things you see. And it's not just dressing up, you know, it's expressing yourself. It's a way to show your love for something, and it's really incredible. When are you coming to the SLC Utah Comic Con? Get me a ticket and I will. I usually stick to Southern California conventions. I did try to go to Dragon Con last year. I actually purchased my ticket for it, but then my travel plans kind of went haywire and I was not able to attend. But I will say that the out-of-state conventions I really do plan on going to are possibly Dragon Con again next year, as well as Phoenix Comic Con. But Utah Comic Con I've never honestly heard of. But give me more info about it. If I can find a way to get there, I may attend. What has been your most memorable moment while in costume? I can specifically name 2 moments. The first, obviously, was meeting Norman Reedus while I was in costume as Daryl Dixon. Because if you've never met Norman Reedus in person, he is probably one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met. I have met quite a few in my lifetime, and he made it so personal, and he didn't just rush you so he can get to the next person. He made it like it was just you and him, and he actually talked to you. He conversed with you, and he said I was the cutest thing he had seen all day, and he proceeded to take a picture of me, which was strange because I'm supposed to be there taking pictures of him, but he wanted a picture of me. So that was really incredible. That really made me feel really special, and he was incredible with that. Another most memorable moment was meeting my friend Leanna Vamp, actually. It was at WonderCon 2013, I believe, and was it WonderCon 2013? Yeah, and I was dressed as Daryl Dixon, as was she, and she came up to me asking me where I had gotten my crossbow because she loved it so much, and a friendship was born. So that was pretty cool. So Leanna, if you're watching this, I love you, girly. I hope you're having fun in all your conventions, and I really hope I get to see you at Halloween Haunt this year, because that'd be awesome. What was your most difficult cosplay and why? Sylvanas, because Armor is a bitch. I really hope I get her finished soon. Soon. What got you to be creative with cosplay? Did anyone inspire you, or did you just pick it up? I pretty much answered that one. What would you cosplay? Or anything that? What was your favorite thing to cosplay? Who's your cosplay idol? I kind of already said all that. I mentioned all those names, and I could go on and on and on and on. Who makes you inspired to keep doing more cosplay? Me. I inspire myself, but I am inspired by everybody, but this is, I'm inspired by other people, but I don't cosplay for other people. I cosplay for myself. I cosplay who I want to cosplay. So I am inspired by others, but I also inspire myself. And I cosplay for me. And that's how everyone should cosplay. You should cosplay for yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think. You should cosplay for you. Don't cosplay for other people. Do you think more and more incarnation of Poison Ivy will influence you to make a custom Ivy costume? Ooh, that's a good one. I've thought about it. I've thought about doing different versions of Ivy, but I feel like I haven't had my Ivy long enough to really do a different version of her. And I've actually gotten a lot of compliments on her because she's not. A lot of people, I guess I've been told a lot of people like really super expose her, which I don't have a problem with. But they like mine because she's a subtle sexy, which they like. So I really like the way my Ivy looks. But I have thought about doing different interpretations. Actually, I really wanted to do a if you guys don't know, one of my friends, artist Abe Lopez, he does a very awesome Arkham Asylum Haunted Mansion crossover. And the way he does Ivy in that one, I've actually been very interested in doing. So if I do another Ivy, it would probably be influenced by that piece of art. Would you like to make cosplay into a business if you had the chance to do so? A business? See, the way people put that, it doesn't sound like it's fun anymore, you know? Like, doing cosplay is a business. I mean, that just sounds weird to me. Like, even the professional cosplayers that I am friends with, they don't like to be called professional cosplayers because they don't see it as like a job, really. They see it as a hobby. So sorry, Facebook. So a business, that just sounds weird to me. Like, if you can selling prints, I should be selling prints soon, but a business, that just sounds kind of weird to me. It's more of a hobby to me. If something blossoms from that, rock on. If not, rock on as well. As I said before, I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for fame. I'm doing it because it's fun. That just sounds weird to me. No, that's my cell phone. What is my fave pop figure, since this is a pop vinylmation contest? I have a lot. I have a whole bunch of Walking Dead ones. I have Batman ones. I have Harley Quinn, Joker, Batman, Daryl Dixon, Rick Grimes, zombies, all that fun stuff. But I actually have my favorite right here. This is my favorite one that I have. This is my Syndrome one. As I said before, I am obsessed with The Incredibles. And this is one of the few Syndrome pieces of merchandise that you can actually own, besides when the movie first came out, like in 2004. So Syndrome is my favorite. I also have the rest of The Incredibles, Pop Vinymations, Mr. and Mrs., as well as Edna Mode, but Syndrome is my current favorite. So, but there actually is one that I really want. There is a Daryl Dixon from the Chupacabra episode that my cosplay is actually modeled after, and so I really want that one because it is my cosplay, essentially. What is the most personally rewarding thing about cosplay to you? When people appreciate my work. That's really rewarding to me. I love when people compliment me on my stuff, and I love making friends. That's the best part about conventions. But the best part about cosplaying is making all the amazing friends when you go to it. So that is rewarding to me, is making all these friendships. Because I can stop cosplaying like next month if I wanted to. I could stop cosplaying next month. I would be done with cosplaying, but the friends I made from that will last far much longer. So the friends are incredibly rewarding to me as well. What materials do you like working with the most when it comes to making costumes? Hot glue. Hot glue is your best friend. No, but I really like piecing together my cosplays. I actually have an example here. So this is one of the first things I ever actually made. This is my zombie Daryl Dixon necklace that I made for my Daryl Dixon cosplay. I made it from, these were actually originally werewolf ears that I trimmed down and painted to look zombified. So I really like piecing together costumes and making them into something different. So that's kind of been my thing. For example, my also my crossbow is a Nerf gun that I actually modified. And Taylor, I swear to God, if you have broken my crossbow, I'm going to slaughter you. So please take care of my crossbow. There's so many questions. In your last semester of school, what was your best day and your worst? I don't remember my last semester of school. It was such a blur to me, I couldn't even tell you, honestly. Yeah, I'm almost done with school. Rock on, right? Anyway, why don't you do a video of the early Pokemon's theme, Team Rocket theme thingy, like Team Rocket blasting off at the speed of light, surrender now, prepare to fight. Because I'm Misty, I'm not Team Rocket. I guess I could do like a video thing. I don't know, that'd be fun. Is Howard the Duck a future cosplay? No! But I like the song though, then it goes, they call him Howard the Duck. Woo! He was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy too. That was kind of a funny little Easter egg. And one of my favorites. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Not a whole lot. I probably wouldn't do a whole lot for a Klondike bar. I don't know. Give me ask me something I would do. Would you do this? I wouldn't do anything illegal. Probably. Yeah. So, yeah. There's that. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite. So yeah, I think those are all my questions. That was a lot. How long is this video now? Jesus Christ, that's a long video. Let's see. So let me do the random number generator here to find out who our winner is. Number 17. And number 17 is Tiffany H. Tiffany H, you are one of the winners of my Pop Vinylmation. So send me a message within the next 5 days with your address and the Vinylmation of your choice. And let's see. My favorite question is probably something that was creative here. It's so hard to pick. Let's do... I'm going to do this one because it was very inspirational to me, I think. So, Hulisa, for if you were given the opportunity to stand in front of a crowd of people and explain why cosplay is more than just dressing up and taking pictures, what would you say? Because that's not what cosplay is about. It's about expressing your love. It's about expressing yourself. It's about making friends. It's not just about taking pictures, and people need to stop realizing that it's not just about looking hot in a photo. It's about so much more than that. It's about making friends and being passionate and all this stuff. So, Halisa, you're also the winner. Message me within 5 days with your address as well as a Pop Vinylmation of your choice. So that's it. This video ran a lot longer than I thought it would have. I'm very sorry. If you stuck around for this whole video, kudos to you, my friend. So yes, I will see you guys at C4 Central Coast Comic Con. C4 Central Coast, whatever. Anyway, yes, so love you guys. Mwah. I'll see you all later. Thanks for listening.